Alright guys, welcome back to part 2. I just started sort of polishing my head. It's looking good, everything was done, and I noticed this. Dude, I don't know how that happened. I don't think that was me. That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. See, you can see just how small it is. But I don't know. I don't have any other head, so I might just have to JB weld it. That's really scary. And I look back on my photos, and I can't tell if it was there or not, so this really sucks. Alright, so that hole is just probably a casting hole. So I'm just gonna slap some JB weld in there, but I'm polishing it right now. Shouldn't take too long. And then I'm just gonna clean this up better, and then I should be able to put this engine back together. I gotta clean the carb too though, so. Alright, so that hole is just probably a casting hole. So I'm just gonna slap some JB weld in there, but I'm polishing it right now. Shouldn't take too long. And then I'm just gonna clean this up better, and then I should be able to put this engine back together. I gotta clean the carb too though, so. Alright, so I do in fact have a deadline to get this done Friday in a few days. The only thing I'm waiting on is my gaskets. So right there I got some JB weld going on. It's not the greatest, but it will do. Got my makeshift air filter. And just got the frame prepped to put the engine in. I'm gonna in fact install the piston and all that in the engine. That way I can get it done Friday when the gaskets will come. This is just, it'll make everything a little bit more easier. That way I can do literally everything right now, besides my top end. So that way it'll be very, very easy to get it done Friday, bring it back, and accomplish my goal that I have, which I'll show you guys later. Probably in part 3. So this video is gonna be everything except getting it running. So let's do this right now. I'm just gonna slap the engine in. Okay, so these motor mounts are hard to get on. I've only got one on. This one right here, it goes across like a normal dirt bike. This one, I don't know if it lines up, but there's two just like that underneath it, which are very, very hard to line up. The engine almost gotta go back more, which it can't. So I'm gonna have to see how this works. So right now I'm running into two major issues. One, looks like there's supposed to be a second wire coming to this. And two, these are the same. Now my old engine that I have in that bin, the connector that plugs into here will plug into it. So I think if I can, I'm just gonna cut this off and replace it with the one that I have in there. But I'm not sure if there is supposed to be two yellow wires coming out of that double connector. And the second one is my clutch. I have it all the way adjusted up here, but it just doesn't seem like there's a lot of movement down here. So I gotta mess with it more. You can see nothing's tightened up, nothing's full. Just got my brand new chain on, and it's looking very good. I forgot to route it down there, so I gotta do that. But yeah, the chain's looking nice. Okay, so my chain, I can't tension it anymore because there is no real tensioner, a good one at least, and my wheel doesn't move back. So I think unless I can figure out something, I'm just gonna cut a link out. So now I gotta figure out my clutch because it doesn't seem to be adjusted right. So right now we have two problems. One, the wiring, that little wiring thing, which isn't a massive deal, but my engine won't shift. Now, no matter if I pull in the clutch or whatever, the clutch isn't totally sorted out yet, but if I pull in the clutch, it still doesn't do anything. And it should shift without the clutch. It's hard as a rock, so I don't know what that is. I gotta figure that out before I do anything else, so. Okay, so part 2's been all over the place, but I'm gonna take this apart just because I can easily see the shifter shifter little knob right there. So maybe I just gotta replace the part, maybe I gotta get a new engine. Who knows? I'm just gonna take off the side cover. All right, so I got this off. Didn't take too much of a look at it. What I'm doing now is getting this all together. This is the little block end that I made on my air filter. That's all cleaned out inside. Then I'm just gonna glue this in there. Then I gotta figure out a way to get the thing that goes into my boot on it. So it's my next project. All right, so I'll put in a picture now. But you can see how bent this shift rod was. So all I did was switch them. It was pretty easy. Now I've got a big list of stuff to do. Got a brand new battery, got to fill that up with acid. All right guys, so I got all this all done. You can see, got my rear brake. When that pushes down, that pulls. So that works. The front one also works. I didn't test it, but it should. My clutch, I can't really adjust that yet because I got to take this off when I put the head on. I have my battery over there charging. My rear brakes don't work. I need new pads. So now what I'm gonna do is switch those wires, if you remember. And then I'm just gonna use some little nut connectors to make sure it's right, because that's my spark. All right, so what I did was cut it off the old engine and sort of just lined them up. Like this singular one was opposite of the other singular one, but I did just line up the two singular ones. All right, so these things, like, you can use them for weed whackers or whatever. They're so expensive though, so you gotta be very, very careful. Okay, that looks like it's on. I don't know where to ground it out to. I don't know, one of these engine studs. So that's pretty much all that you do. I guess I can turn on my key. Oh, we got spark. Oh no, what happened? 1 second, guys. Okay, so I'm not sure. You guys see that? All right, so I just believe what's happening is that is stuck in there. It's really hard, so I'm gonna wait for my dad to see if we want to burn it or what, because I can't get anything get into that engine. See, that's just rock hard. Like, I feel like with all this, like, I don't want to take it over hard, but like, I feel like that should just go. I'll wait though. All right, so my on and off switch works, it all works. I'm just gonna finalize this connection and all that, and then just do a few other things. And then still waiting on my gaskets though. But luckily I was able just to pull that right out. I just actually kicked it over a little bit harder, which was dangerous, but it worked, so. All right, so you can see these are all semi-professional. It's waterproof, so that's all fine. I'm just gonna clean up this wire, and you can see it's a mess. Get it all up out of the way so it hides under the fuel tank, and then I'll catch back with you guys. All right, so if you compare it to the last clip, it's a lot nicer, a little bit. You know, it's as nice as this bike's gonna get. So, still waiting on my gaskets, but there is a few other things that I can do, so. All right, I just wanted to take the time real quick to appreciate how beautiful my custom air filter is. Like, I kind of painted it a little bit, but you know, you got the banjo fitting on the bottom, you got the spray paint that's leaking down onto my finger. It's perfect. Like, I'm just gonna tape it up to my carburetor boot. So I haven't done anything except for find out that I gotta weld my clutch cable. That's no big deal, just put a few tack welds right there. All right, so that chain's done. This is all welded up, but I don't think my gaskets came, but who knows? So I didn't look yet. Okay, so sadly it's 8, the gaskets haven't showed up. I gotta get home, so clean the carb. Got a lot of stuff done today, which is really good. You can see just my list real quick. I gotta figure out my clutch still, that's not very good. Gotta figure out the air filter, just put the top end together, put some oil in her, she should be good, so.